Joined now by Jeff Alder here on LibertyFlames.com, and a chance to catch up with the now former men's soccer coach here at Liberty, and we'll be moving into a new role here pretty soon that we'll be talking about a little later on. But well, Coach, as we visit here, again, we talked about this just a moment ago. You're always going to be a coach. It's just a matter of where are you coaching. So you'll always be Coach Alder to me. Appreciate the time. Appreciate all your work here over the years, and let's just kind of start there. The last 31 years you have been involved with the Liberty men's soccer program. I guess this has been kind of a humbling last few days for you.
Yeah, it's very bittersweet, Nick. Obviously, we appreciate your friendship. It's been a privilege. It's been an honor. We started this journey 31 years ago as a student athlete in '87, and had the opportunity to play for Coach Bell for 4 years, and then spent 9 years as his assistant. And so we started our coaching journey, a very long time ago. 27 years. I'm 49 now, and it's scary to think for 27 of those years I've been coaching at Liberty. And so for us, it's been a privilege and an honor to serve our God, to serve my university, which is our home, and to serve our players through soccer. And the outpouring of love and support has been overwhelming. These guys that God sends us each year become an extension of our family. And every year, Lori and I adopt 26 to 28 other kids, and Grayson and Chandler, they just understand that they've got a bunch of brothers that they would normally not have. And so our family unit looks a little bit different than most families, but these are kids that'll be sons and a part of the Alder family for life. And that's why we do what we do. Is when people say, well, what's your why? And you want to stand before God one day, and hopefully he'll say, well done, good and faithful servant. And we want to compete for championships. We want to put these guys every year in a position to hoist a championship. But at day's end, we have an awesome responsibility to take what God's given us, and then hopefully when they leave us 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, maybe some of them 4.5 years later, hopefully they leave us better than when we got them. And it's an awesome responsibility, but it's one that we took great pride in, trying to walk alongside the guys that have come through here and say, let's try to help these guys become men of God who understand that soccer is what they do and it's not who they are. And their ministry, their act of worship is between those white lines out there. But we also have an obligation to say, okay, let's help them become fathers, husbands. Let's help them, which I'm doing right now. We got 3 kids trying to turn pro, actually 4 kids trying to turn pro. I got to help all 4 of those kids. But then I've got another player graduating that we're trying to help him get into grad school. Then we got a couple other players that we got to help them get jobs because they've got to, get out of here in either December or May and start paying those bills. And so for us, it's been an unbelievable 27 years. And they talk about, James 4:14, life's a vapor which appears today, gone tomorrow. It has truly been a vapor, these 27 years. But we'll cling to Romans 8:28, which is the first verse we hit this group with this year when they reported for preseason in August. All things work together for good for those who love God, for those who've been called according to his purpose. And all of these guys have been called here. You've been called here. I've been called here. And we're just blessed that our calling's not done, because we'll still continue to be involved in the lives of all these former players. I'll just have a different location on campus and a different mission to serve Liberty in a different way. But we're blessed by what Liberty's given us, because they've given us so much more that we can repay to them. But now we're just excited that God's moving us in a different direction, a different location on campus, but it's still the same mission. It's still the same vision. And so the outpouring of love and support has been unbelievable. I apologize to all the former players and friends of the program that I have not been able to reach out to yet, who've sent us stuff. I'm going to get to that eventually, but it's going to take a while, because it's been overwhelming. It's been humbling. The love and support we've gotten. through social media, through phone calls, through text messages. And I look forward to, one night sitting down and starting to, say thank you to all these people. But we love Liberty. I'm not allowed to do any recruiting, so I don't want to get in trouble with Bert in our compliance office. But I'm telling you right now, it is, people need to send their kids and their grandkids to Liberty, whether they're an athlete or a student, because as you guys know, you can't really explain it. The pictures don't do it justice, but when you're in it and you see it and you experience it, you understand it, and it becomes a part of your fiber and who you are. And my wife and I, Lori, Grayson, and Chandler, we are indebted to Liberty for life for the impact it's had on us, not just with this job, but spiritually, obviously academically, socially. And so we just know that this is a place that we believe in, and we're blessed that we get to keep doing something to be a part of what Dr. Falwell started all those years ago. And that's probably a very long answer that you guys can cut and edit, but that's from my heart.
That's 4 years as a player, 27 years as a coach, the last 19 as the head coach. I believe I got all that math right, but let's look back at this past season for the team. 7-1 was the record. Quarterfinal appearance in the ASUN tournament against Jacksonville. A tough team. It was tough. It was going to be a tough challenge there. It's hard to beat a team back to back in that kind of a situation where you just played them the week before in a tough. I think it was three overtime game. Yeah, you beat them 3-2 here. So just take us back through this season and then the latter stages of the season as well.
Well, very proud of the group because they have to like each other day one, because we're all wearing the same colored jersey. We're all representing the same God, the same university. But during the process, they learned how to love each other. And so for us, we felt this group was talented. They were gifted. We had all these great characters and characteristics, and then we tried to mix it together and blend it together. And so I'm so proud of what they accomplished. We didn't achieve our ultimate goal. I mean, we wanted to finish in the top two and get have a chance to host, and then we wanted to ultimately compete for a regular season title and a conference championship. But it didn't go the way we wanted it to. I'm proud of the guys because we took on a very, very daunting challenge in terms of our travel. And we had one stretch where we played 3 games in 9 days. And I think 8 of those 9 days we were on the road in a different city. And I think during that time we took 5 or 6 different planes. And so it was a great experience for the guys. And the guys were resilient. We finished 5 out of the 12 weeks. We were ranked in the top 10 in the region, which is remarkable. The only team that was ranked longer than us this year in the league was Florida Gulf Coast. Had a great win against Jacksonville to get into the playoffs, and then we went down to Lipscomb, and the guys played lights out. I mean, we were on top of the game. We created, we hit the post twice. We missed 4 one-on-ones, so we had chances when the game was 0-0 to get the first goal, but for some reason, the ball didn't go in the goal. I got to give Jacksonville credit. They scored a good goal on a corner kick, and then they hit us in transition late when we were trying to throw guys forward. And ultimately, it was one of those days where God said no, where we did everything we were supposed to do, but we could not score the goal. So it was a hard day for me, but I just wrapped my arms around each of the seniors in that last huddle, Nick, and I just told them how much I loved them. And we had a chance to share the gospel with the guys from Jacksonville. We prayed with the guys from Jacksonville, which we had done the week before. And then I just spent time embracing each of our seniors because those are the guys that were hurting the most because they gave us everything they could. And ultimately, it didn't go the way we wanted to. I think we got a great foundation in place. Did we win as many games as I wanted to? Nah, I mean, because you want to win them all. I mean, any coach worth his salt is saying, no, we got to find a way to win every game. I'm not a guy that lives in the rearview mirror. I'm constantly trying to look through the windshield of life, and that's where we are moving forward. Are there days where I look back and 3 of the titles that got away from us when we were in a conference championship, I can still remember play by play, the game that was those games and how the game swung one way or another. And so I don't spend a lot of time in the rearview mirror, but every now and then you're like, man, we could have won that. But ultimately, we did what God has called us to do, and that is to serve God through soccer, to try and use soccer as our platform to share the gospel with these other teams, and then ultimately along the way to try and raise up 26 to 28 guys every year to help them become the best versions of themselves, and ultimately to help them understand who they are in Christ. So the season didn't finish how we wanted it to, but God's sovereign. He still loves these guys. He loves us, regardless of how it turned out. But I'm proud of the guys because they accomplished some things this year, and they got in the ASUN tournament. They were, 5 out of 12 weeks they were ranked, and so there's some things that these guys can take away. That okay, hey, we laid a foundation, for the next group that comes behind us, and ultimately, it's a group that came together and learned to love each other through the process, and that's so rewarding for us as a staff.
Coach, appreciate the time. As always, it's hard to believe this is the last time we're going to be doing one of these, but as far as covering soccer. But, 14 years ago, I came here as a student, started doing a little radio show down at the student station. We've been chatting about this team ever since, and I just want to say thank you for your time and for always being gracious with us.
Well, thanks for your friendship, Nick. Thanks for your, always willing to talk with us and invest in our program. Coach Gomez, Coach AJ, Dan, all the guys, we just know that you guys always do a great job of really trying to promote, God, liberty, and our soccer brand. And we're excited to see what God's going to do next for the program. There'll always be a special place in my heart for all of these guys and all the different people that we built this program on their shoulders. And so it's going to be an exciting time, for the team, for the boys, and for the guys moving it forward. And we're blessed to be a part of Liberty. Send your kids here. Whether they're a student or student athlete, you want to have your son or your daughter at Liberty for life, because you become a part of Liberty that first time, but you end up becoming a part of something bigger than yourself, a family.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck to you.
All right, my friend.
All right.
We love you guys.
Yes.